G'day guys, it's Dom here from Yak Hunters Australia, and I'm down at Freak Sports today as recently they have now got in stock the Viking Kayaks range. So recently we had this Viking ProFish GT out on the water, and today I just wanted to take you through a little bit of a run through of some of the major features and benefits of this particular kayak that's now available at Freak Sports. So what I want to start with is just running you through some of the specs of the Viking ProFish GT. So it weighs in at 27 kilos, which makes it a really nice and easy portable weight, not only to be able to get up on top of your roof, but to be able to pull around on your cart as well. Length is 3.6 meters, giving it plenty of stability, and obviously with the width coming in at 82 centimeters, it really is quite stable for you to maneuver around in. The other thing that really stands out when you first look over any of the Viking kayaks, but especially that of the ProFish GT, is the build quality. So Viking are all made over in New Zealand. So unlike some of the other kayaks that you're going to find in store that are made in areas like China, I've really found that all the Viking kayaks, in terms of their mould, their finishings, and just the overall quality is of a really high nature. So one of the first things that really stands out is that real attention to detail in how they put their kayaks together. So now I just want to run you through the storage, the layout, and the accessories that you can pop on the ProFish GT. So we're starting at the front. You've got a nice big storage hatch. You can pop it open, and it's attached with a little drawstring, so no chance of losing it on the water. We then, as we come into the cockpit of the ProFish GT, the real standout feature is the tackle pod here in the middle. So this is a pod that is removable. So when you get back to home base, or just when you're first getting out on the water, you can have this particular tackle pod pre-rigged with all of your gear. So it pops open. You can fit all of your tackle boxes and lines and some of your accessories and so forth in here. But one of the really cool features is that it pops out, and you can mount a fish finder on the very front here, and popping through to the bottom, it comes straight through to your transducer hole, and the hole goes straight through the bottom of the hull, so it allows your transducer to be uninterrupted straight into the water. So a really cool feature is the tackle pod, and really nice and close to your hands, so you can get in there to access all of your tackle. As we move further back, you've got a smaller little storage hatch here to be able to put your wallet, phone and keys and the like. As we move a little bit further back, we've then got 4 flush rod holders that you can pop your rods in to take up to 4 rods out on the water with you. You've got your seat here that is adjustable. However, you are sitting on the base of the yak here, so it's not a raised seat like you might find in some of the other models out there. And one of the really cool features here, this particular model here has got one of the add-on accessories called the chill pod. So the chill pod is easy within arm's reach. It's insulated, so you can pop some ice and so forth in there, so it can keep your drinks cold whilst you're out on the water. Or if you are catching some fish for the day and you want to take home a feed, fill it up with ice, and you can put your fish in there to be able to keep them nice and fresh. So a pretty functional kayak, and one that is probably quite comfortable in both a saltwater and a freshwater setting. So Viking are renowned for having great offshore kayaks, and a lot of the time they're quite long and really designed to be able to power through the water. This one here is a little bit shorter than some of their other kayaks, like the Profish 400 and the Profish Reload. So this one here adds in a bit more stability to be able to handle some other conditions like your estuaries, your creeks, and your rivers and dams. So recently we took the Profish GT out on the water at Hinds Dam. And the one that we took out was fitted with a Bixby jet. So at the back here, you can mount one of two things. So it's really easy to be able to get a rudder that you can control via foot pedals, or you can upgrade and put the Bixby power jet on the back to be able to assist you in being able to maneuver around large areas and take a little bit of strain off the paddling. So after we took the yak out on Hinds Dam, there was a few things I was really impressed with. The manoeuvrability, the trackability, and the speed in which the Profish GT was able to cut through the water was excellent. In terms of comfort, look, one thing that might detract from, I suppose, the overall package that the Profish GT is the seat that is on the base of the kayak. So if you are in choppy water, be prepared for a little bit of a wet backside. But what that does enable you is if you are offshore, it's really stable. Underneath this kayak, it's got the U-shaped hull, so it's almost like a catamaran styled hull. So it's got two really buoyant areas on the outside of the yak. It's pretty easy to stand up in and use it as a fishing platform. So look, overall, it's a pretty solid kayak for you to be out for long periods in, and it's got that dual purpose of really being able to tackle offshore as well as being comfortable in the rivers, creeks and estuaries and so forth. Now, in terms of price, these guys come in at $16.99. If you want the chill pod on top of that, I know the accessory comes at a bit more of a cost. So look, ask either Viking Kayaks up on the Sunshine Coast or come into Freak Sports, and I have been assured by Dave at Freak that if you say that you're part of Yak Hunters, he will do you a good deal. So look, for me, a paddle kayak priced at $16.99, it certainly is at the higher end in terms of what you will pay for a paddle yak, but that's really offset by, I suppose, the build quality that this kayak has, as well as the ability to be able to add on things like the Bixby jet. So it's a kayak that's going to last you a hell of a long time. Overall, I was pretty impressed with the overall features that it had. So if you're interested in coming and checking out a Viking kayak, you can go to Viking Kayaks up on the sunny coast, or as I said, come into Freak Sports and tell them you're from Yak Hunters, and I'm sure they'll do you a good deal. Well, thanks for watching and going through all of this with us, and stay tuned for more kayak reviews in the future. Thanks guys, see ya.